I can't hear anything.
Okay, we're just not talking yet. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Joellen, and everyone else. And welcome. We just have another minute or so. We're just letting people in. We're still letting people in. So we'll begin in just about a minute. Okay. We're just trying to get folks in right now. Yeah. Okay. All right, it's 12 p.m. So in here in on the East Coast, I don't know what time it is wherever you are, but whatever time it is, morning or afternoon, we welcome you and we hope that you are had a wonderful new year and have a blessed new year to come. This afternoon in our Dear Neighbor series, we're going to have Kate Theroux with us, who's going to speak about the upcoming listening sessions, deep listening sessions, which will be done in preparation for our event in July as part of our celebration of the 375th anniversary. So we are in the middle of our 375th year, and so we welcome you to the beginning of our celebrations and our anniversary. And so Kristen is going to lead us in our prayer.
Stimulated by the Holy Spirit of love and receptive to the Spirit's inspirations, we move always towards profound love of God and love of neighbor without distinction, from whom we do not separate ourselves, and for whom, in the following of Christ, we work in order to achieve unity of neighbor with neighbor and neighbor with God. In humility, the spirit of the incarnate Word, in sincere charity, the manner of St. Joseph, whose name we bear, and in Ignatian Salesian climate, that is, with an orientation towards excellence, tempered by gentleness, peace, and joy. And then we always share our maxim for this month, and we're using Maxim 63. Do not consider unfortunate events as obstacles, but as aids and cherish them, whatever they may be, as effects of the gentle and loving providence of God. And that's from Marcia Allen. And then the high school students translation. Don't consider unfortunate events as obstacles. Be creative. Ask yourself, what is the opportunity here?
Thank you, Kristen. And this month we have with us Kate, who's up on the screen. And Kate is a member of the Lifelong Transformation Committee of the Federation. And it is the Lifelong Transformation Committee that has put together these series of listening sessions in preparation for the event. And Kate is also a CSJ associate with the Congregation of St. Joseph. And she is, I don't know your official title, Kate. She is the coordinator or in charge of all the associates for the congregation, but maybe she can tell you a little bit more about her exact role and her exact title. So, Kate, we hand it over to you and we thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you, Mary Ellen. I am going to screen share and I'll go through all of that as we go through this PowerPoint. So my name is Kate Theriault. I am an associate with the Congregation of St. Joseph, and I live in Houma, Louisiana, which is south of New Orleans. I'm the director for the Associate Movement of the Congregation of St. Joseph, and I'm a member of the Lifelong Transformation Committee with the Federation. I've been on the committee for 6 years, so we have our in-person meeting in in February, and so that will be the last meeting that I attend as part of that committee. But in the meantime, we have come in during our in-person meeting in January of 2024, the committee met and was discussing ways that we might bring people together from around the charism. And so we came up with the idea of listening sessions. And the listening circles were created by a task force. The task force for the listening circles was Mary Jo Radney, which she is from the Canadian Federation, and Joni Cassidy, Michelle Leche, and myself. And they are meant for people in all areas of the charism. So whether it's sisters, associates, St. Joseph worker, anyone in the St. Joseph family, let's say it that way. That's because I can't remember all the different names that we have for groups, but all are these listening sessions are meant for all of those individuals. And it gives the individuals an opportunity to meet others within the charism. We can meet, greet, pray, and communicate. So this is a statement and an invitation that was set up by the task force and the Lifelong Transformation Committee. So we invite you to join us for the listening circles, which will be held on key feast days, beginning with the Founders Day. So many of you probably already attended the Founders Day listening circle and didn't even realize it was part of this group. And we'll end with the 375th Federation event in the summer of 2025. So we hope that during these circles, we hope to listen to how the Spirit is active and alive within each of us and our stories, enabling us to weave these stories into oneness in this world that's at this time so divided. All of the gatherings will be held on Zoom. We're all used to attending gatherings on Zoom. And here are the dates and the themes and the facilitators. So each of us on the committee volunteered to facilitate one of the listening circles. So October the 14th was the day that we celebrated the Founders Day. And not that it was on Founders Day, but we had the celebration for Founders Day. And Joni Cassidy facilitated that gathering. On January the 29th, we're going to celebrate the feast of Jean-Pierre Médaille. And the topic will be attentive to learning from the past to unfold the future. And that will be facilitated by Mary Jo Raddy. I put an extra L in her name. Sorry about that. And then March the 18th, we'll have the celebration for the Feast of St. Joseph. And Michelle Lecher will facilitate that. And the topic will be Dreaming the Little Design Anew. And then on May the 1st, we'll celebrate St. Joseph the Worker Day. I will be facilitating that one, and the title will be Ready for Any Good Work, Walking One in Solidarity Together. So as we go into the listening circles, they'll start with short introductions, depending, of course, on how many people are in attendance. If we have 100 people or more in attendance, we're not going to be able to have individual introductions. But we'll do introduction in some way that's appropriate for the audience that we have in that particular circle. Then we'll move into prayer. That will be on the theme for that particular day. And the facilitator will provide reflection questions for discussion. We're going to go into small breakout groups so that in these small breakout groups, people will be able to meet and greet with people from other congregations and from around the country and Canada. And so the plan here is to complete the cycle of circles prior to, during, or after the 375th event. Now, this part of our plan is still under discussion, and the decisions are going to be made once we have interaction with the planning committee for the 375th celebration. So I would think that our meeting, the committee's meeting in February, will determine exactly, we'll finalize the plans for how we'll end the listening circles at the, in conjunction with the 375th celebration, which will be held in, I think, Kansas City, and July 17th through the 21st, 2025. Or I may have the dates wrong. Mary Ellen, you wanna, did I have the dates wrong?
Yes, Kate. Well, if people are coming to a pre-meeting, your dates would be correct, but the dates of the actual event are the 18th through the 20th, 18, 19, and 20 of July.
Okay, I had it on my calendar, so I probably put in my travel days.
Yes,
So
you probably did. Yeah.
I did. So that is the listening circles in a nutshell. So I'm going to stop sharing and then open it up for any kind of discussions or questions, clarifications. If you all have any ideas of what you might like to see that maybe we haven't thought of, you're welcome to bring that information. Well, let me ask this question. Has anyone on the call today, were you all able to attend the Founders Day celebration? And if so, how did you enjoy it? I can't see everyone's hand at one time, so if you would just unmute yourself. No, nobody. Nobody attended the Founders Day celebration? Yeah. You know, we had the Founders Day celebration on October the 14th simply because we knew that everyone would be celebrating in their own way, in their own congregations and communities. And so we wanted to have the opportunity to come together as a federation as well. I know that we had close to 100 people, if I'm not mistaken,
More than that.
more than that attend, just not the 26 people on this call today. That's all. So I'm glad that you all came today and joined in with us and to learn more about what we're doing, because I do think that these listening circles, once you attend one of them, they give you an opportunity to meet people across the charism. And so it opens the door for something larger than what we're normally used to.
I think, Kate, if I could add, the Lifelong Transformation Committee felt that it was really important that people come to the event in the summer prepared and ready and motivated and having met other people within the Joseph family, and also having contemplated on our call and on our history as we come together. So these are really seen as a preparation for that, so that we can engage more fully in the event during the summer. So we thank the Lifelong Transformation Committee, and Kate's group is a subcommittee of the Lifelong Transformation Committee, for putting in the time and effort to provide us with these listening sessions. We know that relationships are at the heart of our charism, and so we wanted people to have a chance to relate across a broader group, not just with sisters or not just with associates, if that's who they are, or not just with agrégés, but to be able to have a relationship, develop relationships with the larger Joseph family, and also with the Canadians and the Americans. And there was just a note on the board. Somebody just wrote from Carondelet High School that this was their first meeting, first time coming together with this group, and we're very, very happy that you are here. Could you raise your hand, whoever you are, the Carondelet High School person who said that it was your first meeting? I don't see you, but oh, there you are. And what is your name? Could you tell us?
Hi,
And I'm Rick. We're both campus ministers at Carondelet High School in California.
And we're grateful that you're here with us, and welcome to your first meeting. But just to say that this Dear Neighbor series meets every month, once a month, and has a different topic each month on another aspect of the Federation, because the Federation has so many aspects, so many people, so many groups, so many relationships. And we really wanted to use this Dear Neighbor series to highlight that, so that everyone can understand really what the Federation is, what it does, what it's involved with. And so we invite you to join us every month to learn more about the Federation. I'm going to ask Kristen now if she could give us an overview of what's coming in the next few months, so that everyone would know what the topic is for the next meeting. Kristen, would you be able to do that for us?
Yeah, we have a lot going on. So I'm going to share first what's going to be happening with the Dear Neighbor series. And then I am going to just share a brief overview of everything happening at the Federation. We've been busy, even though it's only the beginning of the year. So I just want to let folks know we have some upcoming sessions. February 19th, we're going to have the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange. Their justice team is going to talk about immigration and what's happening. Obviously, things are in flux, and that team has always stayed really up to date on immigration. We're very thankful for their work. It's influenced what's happened at the Federation. We have an immigration working group that occurs across the Federation and brings justice directors together to work on that common issue. And so they'll talk more about what's happening. We're hoping there will be a call to action. Actually, we're hoping there's no call to action and everything is great and there's no immigration issues, but we know that that's probably not the case, and we want to be as prepared as possible. And then March 19th, we're going to have our novices from the U.S. Federation Novitiate speak. So Sister Joan Gallagher is the novice director, and we have 3 novices right now, one from Canada, one from U.S., and one from Norway. And they're all going to share a little bit about their experience. What have they been doing? What are their ministries? What have they been learning and keeping up with? And so we've done this in the past when we've had novices, and it's been really successful. And I think it's been really engaging to learn what has been critical for their experience. I am going to flip over to our website, because for folks who don't know, we keep our website updated so that you all can be updated on our upcoming events. And I will drop the link in the chat. This is really helpful for registering for everything that's going on. E-News, our newsletter, just came out yesterday. If you're not on the newsletter, please just drop your email in the chat and we can make sure that you're getting it. That has all of the updates of the upcoming events we're talking about, and also things like talking about what's happening with vocations across the US. What are some of the spiritual offerings happening in our different communities? And we do have a 375th celebration event little category on our newsletter now, so that you can stay up to date with what is happening. So as you can see, we cycle this through so that you can kind of tell what's happening in the next coming months. And once you register, you'll get the link for subsequent meetings. This Monday, we are going to have a prayer service during the inauguration. So happening at 12 p.m. Eastern, the same time that the inauguration officially starts. And it'll be a simple prayer service. Essentially, we are praying for peace and for justice for the coming next 4 years. This year, it also happens to coincide on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so we'll be drawing from the wisdom of Dr. Martin Luther King and hoping that that guides us in nonviolent resistance and civil rights. We'll have prayer. There will be time for contemplative silence, and you can join for summer, all of it. And the link is right there to register. You can see all the different listening sessions. For the listening sessions, we do have folks registering for each of them, just because some folks will be able to join for one and maybe not others. So if you can join for all of them, we would love that. If you can join for one or some, you can register for whichever ones work for you. And then the big thing that we are all working towards right now is the 375th annual celebration event in Kansas City. We have our nice little countdown. We are 184 days away. But what's exciting is registration is actually opening next month, if you can believe it. And we're going to have some registration info sessions for people to get all of their questions answered in one fell swoop. If you don't have your questions answered during those sessions, we can follow up. We at the Federation and the Planning Committee are more than happy to reach out with certain groups. We're doing a lot of outreach with groups that maybe haven't been able to attend or haven't attended in the past. Our sisters are usually pretty aware that this is happening, but we want to make sure our associates and our aggregates and our partners in mission and our St. Joseph worker community and our ministry staff, that they all know that this is happening and that they're welcome, and we would love to have them. So we're having 2 sessions, one on Tuesday, February 11th. That'll be an evening session at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, sort of evening for our West Coast folks, but we have to be mindful of East Coast time. Time zones are hard. But we're also having an afternoon one on Wednesday, February 12th. It'll be the same information, so you only have to attend one. We will also record it for folks who might not be able to be there in person. And if you go to this page, you can click Learn More here. And it'll bring you to the page that gives you the details of what's happening. So as we have information available, we are updating this page. So things like I just updated yesterday, we finalized the early bird date, which is until April 25th. What are the virtual registration costs? What is Federation membership? You'll see that if you are a member of the Federation, you will pay less. What is membership? We believe that, everybody is a member of the Federation, but we have paid members. And so sisters are all paid because each of the congregation pays dues that cover the sisters. But we also have a program for people who are associates, aggregates, partners in mission. Pretty much anyone who associates with the charism is welcome to join as a member. And membership, one, helps support the Federation so that we can offer programs such as this, but it also gives you a pretty hefty discount in terms of registration costs. And you can join at any time. Information is over there. We will be having scholarships. More information will be available during our info sessions. And then, maybe somebody on this call is really interested in sponsoring it. It costs a lot of money to run this event. Typically, we run our big events every 5 years. For those of you who were at the last one, you'll know that that was only 3 years ago. But we wanted to honor that the 375th anniversary was happening and thought this was a really special opportunity. So, we have different sponsorship levels, but we welcome any sort of donation that you can make to ensure that this event happens and that we're able to invite anybody in who can make it. I see a lot of chat, and I just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions. If you do have any questions, feel free to pop off mute. I And I will drop this link in the chat so that everybody can have access to it. All right, Mary Ellen, back to you.
Thank you, Kristen. So you can see that there's a lot going on. And so we want to keep people informed, and that's why we have these monthly meetings. So please register for the meeting next month and in the upcoming months to be with us. I realize that we have people on the call from Carondelet High School, and we want to assure everyone in the Los Angeles area or Southern California that they are in our prayers and our thoughts as we go forward these days. We know this is a devastating time for them. And so it's a time when we really need to show our solidarity and our partnerships with those who are affected by the terrible tragedy in Los Angeles. And I just want to thank Kate for being with us today and for all the work that she and the members of her subcommittee are doing on the listening sessions. And we really hope that you will consider joining us for those sessions. And we ask you to register for them and also to register for the information sessions that Kristen explained that are happening about the event. And we promise you that it will be a wonderful, wonderful experience. So we hope you can be with us. So thank you for your time today. And we hope to see you next month when we hear more about immigration from our sisters who are working on that area as for all of us. So thank you and have a very peaceful rest of the day. And please join us on the 20th to pray for our country, for our nation, and pray in honor of Dr. King. But we know that the next 4 years are going to be difficult for many people, especially our immigrant community. So please join with us if you can. The prayer will only be a half hour, but it will be a time when we can commit ourselves to continuing to live out our mission and our charism as gospel people. So please join us in prayer. Even if you can't join us on the Zoom, please join us in prayer that day for our nation. So thank you all and have a peaceful rest of the day. We'll see you next month, hopefully. God bless everyone.